Host Eric, host Talking with Famous People. We're talking about sarcasm and trolling. We're going to try to stay on topic here. Now, as an NTP, I don't really feel very trolly because that tends to suggest in my head that I'm sort of making a decision to troll. And I almost never do that. I just find myself just sort of doing things. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's what happened earlier with Ubi. I didn't mean to. I really didn't.
It just sort of happens. It's because people start... It's because, look, here's how it happens. We say something. They say some words. And then we go, those words. And then we say something else like, well, if you're going to say those words, here's some other words.
Yeah.
And then they go, words. And you go, those words? Well, I mean, fuck, here's some of these words then. It's like, that's how it feels like to me. Like it's being happening because I'm being somehow dancing. It's like I'm dancing. I'm locked in with a partner at this point, and I'm somehow just dancing with them. But I'm sure it doesn't feel that way to non-ENTPs. Any other types? Are any other types known for trolling?
Yeah, I think the trolling is
bullying.
Exactly.
It's kind of when we we'll say a statement, and then another one of us will perpetuate that in like a comedic light, and then we do it with like a straight face and like keep going on with it, you know? That I think that would be identified as trolling. I'm trying to think of a good example. I know we've done it today. I just can't remember in what context.
No, or even like to some extent arguing for arguing's sake.
That's not. No, I'm not. Well, that's the thing. I don't argue for argument. I do not argue for arguing's sake.
Yeah, arguing with no objective in mind other than to piss the other person off.
I think it might be, maybe. In that case, you're right. But I try not to. I don't like being accused of that because I like to think I'm arguing for a specific purpose. However, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. You know,
Your connection's really bad now, Eric.
It's bad.
Your connection snapped up. Oh, shit.
Okay.
He's disappeared.
Well,
Your
remember though that even if you guys are having trouble, the video won't have any difficulty getting me because it's being recorded before it goes into that. So,
Okay.
but I still need to know. Obviously, you guys need to be able to communicate, but it doesn't affect the video.
Are you uploading anything right now?
No. We've got a pretty full room, but I mean most people aren't doing anything. Homie, do you got any thoughts? You said that you think that arguing for arguing's sake is trolling. What do you think about the need to have a plan ahead of time to do it, or is it still trolling if it just sort of happens?
Are you talking about for INTJs?
I'm talking about for anybody, but for ENTPs, the way it just sort of happens. Do you have any thoughts on that? Do you plan to troll?
I don't think. Yeah, but I think ENTPs just do it naturally. While INTJs think through before they do it.
Okay. To what extent do you guys feel as though trolling is something you can easily spot and not get sucked into?
Do you ever I know I do this sometimes with friends. I'll like an opposite view of what I hold, but I'll do it with like a super straight face and act passionately about it, just to test if they are just like conforming to me just because they know me, you know, or just because they're like personal with me. I'll do that just to see if, just like to kind of test them, you know, and then
we just do it for laughs. We don't do it to test anybody. We just do it for laughs. I do it with my kids at work a lot. I'll come in and I'll tell them ridiculous things. The littler ones, I'll tell them the story of the lady. The reason it smells like asparagus in here. I'll go, do you guys smell that? It smells like asparagus, huh? And you know, people don't. I don't really smell anything. I think I do. And you go, well, it's because a lady once worked here and she ate asparagus every day in that corner, and she died in a machinery accident. Back when this used to be a
it's so
machine
funny
shop.
because I don't know. I can't even imagine what. I've ate asparagus a lot, but I don't know what it smells like really. I can't just like visualize it. Or
Just imagine rotten apples.
What?
Well, the point is, you'd be surprised at the age. It's interesting to see the ages. I don't do it for this reason. I just do it for fun. But how long? Because what I do is I'll start with something that sounds kind of plausible. I'll make it increasingly ridiculous, and if you gradually increase the temperature of the water, they'll go along with you quite a long ways. Really? Yeah, there were 6 Bengal tigers in here. They happened to wander in from outside, and they tore the whole crowd to smithereens. It was awful. Really? Yeah. 6 albino.
I think identifying like
I don't know. I can usually spot quickly if someone's trolling enough.
well,
You know, it takes me a really long time.
I think it's sort of is evident of emotional intelligence. Like I think practicing sarcasm a lot can kind of help someone to develop emotional intelligence and being able to quickly identify like have a concrete intuition of what the other person is saying basically or how they're presenting.
Hey, Compton. Yeah, if it goes 2 comments, I'd be surprised. I can usually pick up on the trolly things right away, instantly. As soon as I start like shifting ground and making irrelevant second points.
You play around with me sometimes with that. Like we go back and forth, kind of like you get it. Like when I like am baking it, you know.
Right. Yeah. And the ones who come in and try to troll here are I spot them immediately. I usually say, "Oh, you're an ENTP? Welcome home," and then they immediately reject being an ENTP, of course, because they're ENTPs. They go, "No, I'm leaving."
I was the guy who joined as Eric is a coward. That was me.
Oh, were you? That was you.
Yeah.
I was actually wondering about that. I wonder if that's Metasoap? It couldn't be. She wouldn't be that crazy. I couldn't think of anybody who would do that. But see, like that sort of thing, that is, in my mind...
That's only a Trenton flavor of behavior right there.
Yeah. The only
What
reason...
type was Metasoap?
What? Say
What?
again?
What was her type?
She said she was an INTP. She said that. She acted... She didn't argue like one. She didn't argue like one. She argued
I
like
got
a...
an INFP vibe from her.
Yeah, well, she argued... Yeah, I kind of get that vibe, too, because she's super sensitive about everything, you know? And getting her feelings hurt. She's telling me she got her feelings hurt, and it made her cry and stuff like that. I'm like, woman,
What?
you are the most stubborn person in the history of the world. Every time I say, no, this, you just want to keep fucking arguing with me by making different points. And, like, the whole point is that I need to lose. Eric needs to lose. We're not even arguing anything. You're just, like, throwing everything you can come up with against the wall and hoping something sticks. You know, and it got increasingly personal in the attacks. So, I was just like, okay, you got under my skin. I'm not going to respond to you anymore. And of course...
Wait, who was it, Metascope?
Yeah, Metasoap. And then I didn't respond to her for like 2 days, and she disappeared. She bailed. She went to hang out with Chad. And I was really interested to hear that, in fact, she's there and making comments over there and stuff. Makes me want to go read the comments over there.
Oh, really?
That's what Chad said, yeah. Chad said that...
She's where?
That Metasoap is now a regular commenter on MBTV, and that sometime back, one of the topics over there amongst the comments was what happened to Metasoap, quote unquote, which is just a great framing, right? What happened to her? Things just happened to me. I played no role in it, despite the fact that I'm saying at least half the words.
Was there like a video on it? Or?
Well, I mean, if you want to, there's plenty of there's a playlist in one of those new things on the front page called Metasoap that has all the Metasoap videos in it if you want to watch it at some point. But basically, I had a few videos where I went in, I did the thing that I did today where I was like, no, you're wrong about your enlightenment shit. And I made a little extra video after the fact where I go, I'm meowing about shit, you know. And then
We're watching the room.
and she didn't like that meowing video at all, and she said it made her cry. But I mean, I was answering her points. That's the thing she would never do for me. I was doing for her what she would not do for me. I was answering each of her points. No, okay, this one's right, but that doesn't change anything. No, irrelevant. You know, now can you address some of mine? And she never would. So anyway, that's what happened.
What were
with
you
that.
guys even arguing about?
I mean, that's the thing. At a certain point, what we were arguing about was she was throwing everything she had in her pocket against the wall, trying to make me lose on something because she was so, like, butthurt, basically, because, I don't know, because she's an INFP? Maybe? I don't know. I mean, she remember, she's the one who asked me to temporarily ban her or something because she was addicted to talking with famous people, is what she told me. And she couldn't quit herself. And we had, remember the conversation we had, Zachary, in which basically I said, well, you know, do her a solid because she's been around for a while and written so many comments and stuff. But no matter how much you value your privacy as an INTP, nobody in the history of the world values her privacy as much as Metasoap. She's obsessed with it.
I don't know. I mean, I got into an argument with her once, but I don't have any negative feelings against her.
I don't either. I was answering the question, what happened. I don't have any negative feelings. She's welcome back anytime. You know, if she throws out personal attacks, I'll mostly ignore them. You know, if she's just here to do that sort of passive aggressive, try to make Eric feel bad thing, then it's a little distracting. But I'll put up with it. I'm all for free expression. You know. Anyway, let's end this video. How many minutes was that? That, ladies and gentlemen, was the best 11 minutes and 50 seconds of your entire life.